Welcome back to another reaction for Jaadugar episode 4.
あなたがこの本の指南をしてくれるのでしょ?
Relax. Relax. I know you want the book back, but you need to wait. Maybe if you behave really well, he's going to gift it to you?
すごいわ。本当に言論を手に入れたのね。トルイ、私のために。
Watch again.
ために。あなた名前は？ファーティマと申します。お妃様のお勉強手伝うします。よろしくね。ですが、お妃様、どうしてその本お求め？それ価値あんまりない。点とは部分のないもの、線とは幅のない長さ。当たり前のこと書いてる。あんまり役立たない。そう。
It also only states obvious stuff if you really know about it. If this is new to you, it's not that obvious, especially because a lot of the advanced stuff or intermediate stuff is working on top of those very basic ideas.
どうしてこの人が言論を求めたのか知らないけど、あのトルイという王子は本の価値なんて分かってない様子だった。この人も興味を失えば手放すかもしれない。当たり前のこと。そうね、きっとそう。あなたたちにとってはね。だけど私たちにとっては始まりの本よ。この草原にはない西方の知識を取り入れるためのね。私の夫トルイはオッチギンなの。炉の主、かまどの火を守る者。他の兄弟が独立して自分の放牧地を持っても、末の弟だけは親元に残って一族の財産を守り受け継ぐの。
What? Even after his older brothers set off and received their own pastures, the youngest son remained in the household to protect the family fortune and eventually inherit? The youngest? Okay. Normally it's the oldest, right? But I feel like it makes the most sense to have someone who's younger inherit all the stuff, because he's going to be the one that is living the longest from all of them. If you have like a 40-year-old son and a 20-year-old son, if you want to give it to someone who's going to live a long time, 20 years old, makes more sense. However, he doesn't have the experience of the 40-year-old. Okay. Interesting concept. And we do know how important fire is for them.
オッチギンであるトルイはいずれ皇帝になります。でもほら、ちょっと気の利かないところがある人でしょ。トルイだけじゃないの。ここの人たちの多くはそう。草原での生き方しか知らないまま。世界は草原よりも広いわ。私は知りたいの。モンゴルの馬蹄を呼ぶ限りのいろいろな土地のことを。あなたたちははるか昔から星の動きを読む知恵を持っているのよね。不思議だわ。大地の大きさまでわかるなんて。この人は地球の端まで行ったのですか？
まさか幾何学を使ったの。当たり前のことがなぜ当たり前なのか、一つ一つ事例を重ねて普遍的な定理を証明するの。
知識を得て後の世代に伝えていくこと、それは未来の皇后たる私の務めです。
I mean, naturally they are enemies. However, if you look at it from an outside perspective, she's not wrong. Her approach is probably somewhat fresh to like the Mongols. And she's trying to set the Mongol Empire up for success for the future. All the knowledge, you don't know where this knowledge can lead to. We know that it leads to later on like cannons and muskets, and there's a lot of stuff this knowledge is based on. And it makes a lot of sense to maybe try to learn as much as possible so you don't get left behind. Even though you had to kill a lot of people to get that knowledge. Now maybe she doesn't agree with that, the Empress that is. But she may also just see it as a normal way of life.
どうしてこの人はこんなに腹立たしいんだろう。その本がそこに届くまでに何があったのか何も知らないの。全てを奪ったあなたたちに施しを受けて、それに感謝する私たちがどんなに惨めかあなたには考えられない。今私がどんな気持ちでここにいるかわからないっていうの。どうしたの？どこか具合が悪い？
Again, we don't know at this point. Does she know? Is she okay with a lot of people being killed for the book? Is she seeing that as just a normal way of life? I don't really know what the Mongols thought at the time. But maybe we will explore that a little bit.
ご立派です。
She's very good at lying.
お仕えできる幸せです。頑張ります。私も幸運だわ。よろしくね。今日は疲れたでしょう。下がっていいわ。失礼します。
She's doing good.
君もきっと私たちに必要な賢者です。
あの時、一瞬でも気持ちが揺らいだことが恥ずかしい。私だけはこの怒りを忘れちゃいけない。あの人には屈しない。
I'm assuming that she is going to get a better and better position in the Mongol Empire by, being smart, helping this woman as example, being her maid essentially.
おかえり、ファティマ。
I don't really know if they have something like that. The more you do, the more you get as a compensation, or is it just like, hey, you're a slave, you do what we tell you, and you're not going to be treated any better?
こんな砂嵐の中、本当にありがとう。気にしないで。モンゴルではこの砂嵐が過ぎると春になるんだって。ペルシアの春が恋しい。母はここの暮らしに馴染めてなくて。
ファーティマ、ソルコクタニ様の天幕に来なさい。言論の手ほどきをご所望です。
かしこまりました。
Interesting how the river formed this way.
ファーティマ、顔どうしたの？モンゴルは動物が多すぎる。私の邪魔ばかりするの。
Look at him. Her, whatever. Good boy. It's not.
でも
Lucien.
慣れるとなかなか可愛いわよ。そうかしら。
I mean, supposedly the Mongols had like a fuck ton of horses. I mean, holy shit amount. Wasn't it like every Mongol rider had like 3 horses.
もうここでの冬も2度目ね。母さん最近体調いいよね。やっとモンゴルの暮らし。
Did you say third? Second winter. Okay.
やっとモンゴルの暮らしにも慣れてきたから。この寒さにはまだ慣れないけどね。じゃじゃ。
He probably is good at speaking Mongol now.
シュタラがソルコクタニの指南役となってから3年後、モンゴル軍は中央アジアの大国ホラズムの王を破り、本拠地の草原へ凱旋していた。ソルコク凱旋していた。
Is that what they brought back or?
ソルコクタニたちはモンゴル軍を出迎えるためアルタイ山脈の南西まで出向き、エミル川の流域で勝利を祝う宴会と狩りを催した。
I guess this is her traveling? Maybe? Maybe not. Doesn't matter.
お父様
フレグ、クビライ。
フレグは鹿を仕留めました。
俺はウサギでした。
さすが俺の息子たちだ。
お父様、僕ね、狩りは初挑戦。すごい
すごいすごい。
フレグ様、クビライ様、もうすぐ大官がお越しになりますのでご準備を。
ファーティマ、見て、ほら。
立派な鹿でございますね。クビライ様もすばしっこいウサギを仕留めるのは大変だったでしょう。
でも弓はずっと練習してたから。
あの娘は？
I do wonder. I mean, after let's say a decade, like 10 years, are you still going to be as angry as you were at the beginning? Now it's only 3 years, so she probably still has a lot of resentment. But I wonder.
あなたが連れてきてくださった言論の指南役ですわ。
あ、あの学者の娘。どうだい、ちゃんと勤めてるかい？
よく尽くしてくれています。賢くて気も利いて、ああして笑っていると可愛くて年相応に見えますね。言論だけじゃなく有能な指南役まで。
当然さ。
かっこいいでしょ。
強そうだ。
さあ、初めての狩りに出た子供は指に油を塗ってもらうのが習わしです。大官が塗ってくださいますよ。
大官がお越しになります。
クビライ兄ちゃん、
I mean, not only is she now speaking Mongolian well, she also knows a lot of their culture. She has integrated pretty good, pretty well. I do wonder what she's planning. She wants to take revenge, but how? Are we poisoning them? Are we trying to kill them? What are we trying to do?
モンゴルの皇帝チンギスカン。かの人が打ち立てた広大な帝国、そこに立つ人々の運命の星はこの3年後。チンギスカンという巨星が落ちた時、大きく動き始める。
So 3 years? In 3 years' time, the fates written in the stars of these present would be set into grand motion. So in 3 years, Genghis Khan is falling.
大きく動き始める。
To be honest, I don't even know how he died. Okay. Oh, it is 3 years later. Oh, the wolf was symbolizing Genghis Khan, I guess. And he finally succumbed. And now I only know that didn't all the children beef with one another and try to somehow the Mongol Empire exploded or imploded, similar to like all the other big empires, into a bunch of smaller empires which then try to fight one another.
大官、安心してください。モンゴルの未来はあなたの遺言通りに。おやし。
So I guess this is the best time to try and get your revenge. Again, what is she planning?
「末帝にしてオッチギンである第四王子トルイは末子相続の習慣に従って父チンギスカンの広大な遺産の大部分を継承した。土地や財だけではなくモンゴルの軍事力、そのほとんどをトルイの一族が手に入れることになった。チンギスカン崩御の後、帝国は新たな指導者を選ぶ必要があった。しかし一族や有力将王が集まり、次の皇帝を決める部族の大集会クリル隊を開くまで2年もの時間がかかった。
So you need to choose a new ruler, but isn't he the new ruler supposedly? Doesn't he take over everything? Right? But it takes 2 years for the stupid council to convene. I do wonder why. Is it because it takes a while for them to travel and some of them are far away? Or is there more stuff going on?
トルイはその間、軍事にとどまらず、すべての国政を代行していたのである。
Recordings of custom of ultimogeniture inherited the majority of his father's vast legacy. In addition to land, came to control almost all the Mongol military. Okay. So he's not instantly the emperor. He got, by the older brothers, they got their own pasture, their own little area. He just takes everything that is not given to the brothers. So technically, he's not the emperor of the Mongol Empire, but he's the emperor of most of the Mongol Empire.
代行していたのである。
Another 2 years? So we now are convening? So it seems like we are going really quick through the times. It seems like we are going to get to the part where the Mongol Empire shattered into different little parts. I don't remember if that is directly after Genghis Khan or later.
でもまあ食べても問題ないと思うわ。さばきましょう。
We don't need to see that. Hello? No? Excuse me? First off, no blood, which is interesting. I mean, you don't need blood, sure. Also, what the fuck? So cut it open, which is already crazy, just cutting animal open like this. You went inside and I guess you crushed the heart? Not how I thought you would butcher an animal. Maybe it's because it's a small animal. I mean, the big point if you I mean, the throat is not that better because it's not really killing instantly. Maybe that is a point. Maybe they try different ways. But this one is the one that is killing them the quickest. And I may be wrong, but if an animal is dying, it releases a lot of chemicals that makes the meat taste worse the longer they are in that near death state. That is why you don't want them to be scared or panicking before they die because of that reaction, if I remember correctly. Now, if you slit their throat, which was my assumption, they are still alive for a bit because you don't instantly die if that happens. Normally. You slowly asphyxiate, whatever. So maybe that is the best way they've found to kill an animal. Benefit of a wound, however, is bleeding it out, which you can't really do with this one.
どんどん解体していこう。今日は一世一代の特別な日だよ。
はい、これ内臓の中をきれいにして。
アッラーの皆によってアッラーは偉大なり。
ファーティマ、やっぱり腹を裂く解体方法は嫌？
あー、すみません、つい癖で。
あんたたちイスラム教徒は喉を切った家畜しか食べないんですってね。
That is why she is praying. Okay, okay.
でもそれじゃあ大腸を血で汚してしまうし、何より血が抜けて肉の味が薄くなっちゃう。もったいない。血が美味しいのに。そんなわけだからやり方が違うけど勘弁してね。
Who are you talking to? She's here for like what, 8 years at this point? She knows how this works. Don't worry. She knows. She is familiar. But yeah, wasn't it supposedly that you want to bleed the animal, which makes the meat taste better? It may also be that they are used to bloody meat, and that is what they like.
大丈夫。私もう慣れましたわ。モンゴルへ来てもう8年ですよ。血の残った肉だって好きになりました。
そう？
Unbled meat, okay.
肉の味を血抜きしてあるから美味しいなんて、甘いものは甘くなくて美味しいっていうようなものです。
そうそう。
Now this is going to be interesting. Is she still on her revenge path? Most likely. She's doing really well blending in.
じゃあ内臓の方
She
は
will
任せ
make
る
a
わ。
fantastic
よろしく
spy.
ね、ファーティマ。
かしこまりました。喉を切る解体方法にもちゃんと理由があるんだけどな。
アッラーの皆によってアッラーは偉大なり。
これが動物が一番苦しまない方法なの。
こうやって血を抜いた方が肉の見た目も綺麗だし傷みにくくなるのよ。
Okay. Nice color and doesn't spoil. I mean, color doesn't matter, does it? I mean, maybe, sure. Doesn't spoil that easily. Okay. Because water is mostly what is promoting spoilage. That is why salting stuff, removing water in this way, or binding water, makes it hold longer. Same as drying stuff. If I remember correctly. Water is always one of the big things. Now, it is interesting that they are saying it is a most painless method. I don't really know how quick an animal would die. I mean, we saw him do the way he did it, the Mongol, was pretty quick. Don't get me wrong, it took like 5 seconds. Was probably not painless, especially the initial cut. Cutting the throat, I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe with the trainings they have, they know exactly where to cut to instantly get the animal.
痛みにくくなるのよ。
でも血抜きをしない黒い肉だってそりゃ慣れるわよ。8年私がトゥースで過ごした時間と同じ年月このモンゴルで過ごしてしまった。なのに私はまだここで何もできていない。あの本はいつだって私の手の中にあったのに取り返せてはいないの。
I feel like after 8 years you should have taught her everything that is in the book.
これでは取り返したことにならないの。何か硬いものか。
Oh. This I assumed this would be like a kidney stone. But I guess it ate something?
これって
さあこれも運んでおくれ。
Something poisonous? Maybe that is why the sheep was doing so unwell, was feeling unwell, because it ate something that blocked, you know, the whole intestines. And naturally you would then, you know, have a bad time.
しかしまさかあの方がね。ね。
よせ、今日はめでたい日じゃないか。新しい皇帝が即位するんだから。
So did we decide? What was he doing? Interesting. So these are all the ladies, I guess? And these are all the men, okay. Did not really pay much attention to how they differ. Are they not allowed to eat it from the
今度の皇帝はカンじゃなくカーンを。
Ka'an? Also, they're all in the tent. Meanwhile, the guys are all eating outside.
今度の皇帝はカンじゃなくカーンを名乗るんだってな。チンギスカンも使わなかった古の君主号の復活だ。モンゴルも偉くなった。これから。
Is the title of Ka'an like the Khan of Khans? They're like trying to be on top? Which I feel like is very presumptuous for someone trying to fill the shoes of Genghis Khan.
モンゴルが世界の中心になっていくぞ。
So I guess they decided that he's going to be the king or the emperor. And this is the crowning ceremony? Wait. Oh no. So on the right side we have all the man, on the left side all the woman. So they're not in a tent specifically.
クリル隊が始まってもう41日か。相当揉めてるんじゃないか。
その41日目っていうのが大事なんだよ。株の占いによれば41日目が吉日。つまり王子が一族の推挙を受け入れて即位するのは今日だ。
So they still have not decided, or did they?
では大カーン。
Second prince. younger brother.
さあ、お手を参りましょう。
新帝万歳。新帝万歳。おごたいか万歳。ほれ。
So the first son is now the Khan. Or what? Wasn't he with a wife that doesn't like him?
大官ご即位誠にお喜び申し上げます。おめでとうおごたい兄上。
ありがとうトルイ。
I guess the brothers at least accept it.
今後もし我が子孫に草に包まれても牛に食われず、油に包まれても犬に食われぬものがある限り、王子が横ざまに逃げるとも野ネズミが縦ざまに逃げるとも見逃すことならん。
I don't know. It sounds like he's prophesying someone like Jesus.
ならん。
Don't know.
いやーめでたいめでたい。これで親父の遺言にも添えたし、俺も政務から解放される。
Fair enough, fair enough.
大役ご苦労様でした。
ソルコクタにお前を皇后にしてやれなかったのだけが心残りだ。
そんなこと。
いやね、親父の遺言を聞いた時俺も思ったのよ。なんで普通俺じゃないのって。でも親父はこう言った。たくさんの頭を持つ蛇は寒さをしのぐために穴に入りたくともお互いに争って入れず死んでしまう。しかし一つ頭の大蛇は穴に入り生き延びるだろう。おごたいはその賢さで皆の頭になれ。俺はオッチギンだから自分が一番優遇されてると思ってきた。でも親父の考えはそんなことじゃなかった。俺に力をつけてくれたのは俺一人のためじゃなかったんだ。俺たち兄弟の結束こそモンゴルを真に強くする。それが親父のチンギスカンの願いで俺の一番の願いだ。
I mean, if this is really true, then Genghis Khan was not stupid. To take the smartest guy and tell him to lead with his brains makes a lot of sense. He can be the one who's using his knowledge, his wisdom to lead the Mongol Empire. Meanwhile, the three other brothers, they, at least this guy, he's good at military. Let him lead some of the campaigns. And naturally, he gets a good amount of land. I mean, there's enough land to go around. So it does make sense to have the most prosperous Mongol Empire, potentially. Instead of like the dad was saying, them fighting each other for who is to lead.
兄弟の結束。
So what was the little stone you found?
誰が皇帝になるとか、私にはどうでもいいことだけど、慣習を破ってまで後を継がせるなんて、そのオゴタイとかいう王子はよほど優秀なのかしら。シラも当てが外れたわね。 とにかくこれでやっとクリル隊が終わる。これやっぱりあの石よね。
Please enlighten me.
奥様の本で読んだことがある。とても貴重なものだって。ファーティマ、ソルコクタニ様、どうしたんですか？
The whole time she seemed very nice and accommodating. She seemed pretty smart. But her previous comment and this situation, especially this situation, is sounding alarm bells that she's not as nice as you would assume. I feel like she's going to try to assassinate the Ka'an.
あなたに大事な用事があって、私に。今日限りであなたには私の元を離れてほしいの。
Okay.
クビですか？私何か粗相を？そういうことじゃないの。じゃあどうして？
Is she looking out for Fatima? I mean, Fatima. Because it feels like she's dismissing her because if the the ones that wanted to be empress is doing something that is illegal and she gets caught, she probably gets punished. Fatima would also be punished as her attendant, right? So maybe she's like, I want to dismiss you. Should something happen to me, you should not be held accountable. Maybe.
Fatima, 極秘命令よ。
Or she's going to tell her to assassinate the great Khan. Oh.
私の日程になってちょうだい。
Okay. 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 It's only the ending, right? No more, no more, no more. Snake shows its colors. Man hides his colors. So we jumped through time quite a lot. Genghis Khan died. Then we had to wait 2 years for convening of the old guys, whatever. And a new Khan was crowned, a new emperor by the name of Ka'an. Now, he is the first son, which is going to be interesting because, as they are saying, tradition and stuff. Now, Our Lady wants Fatima to act as a spy, assuming sending Fatima back to the emperor. One part that I'm missing, we had the lady of the first son who did say she hates him. I wonder if she still hates him after 8 years. And it looked like she would be the only one that would be able to stand side by side with Fatima with the same goal. But we didn't see her at all this episode. In those 8 years, there was no mention of her. Nothing. But now that we get sent to the side of the emperor, most likely, or we are most likely getting sent to assist the lady of the emperor, which is the one that hates him. So we now have an interesting dynamic going on because Fatima still wants to take revenge. She has no idea what she wants to do. She now has a stone that is valuable, which doesn't really matter in the grand scheme. I don't know, maybe it's some kind of medicine, could be a gold stone, whatever. But supposedly it is valuable. She now has someone who is trying to send her as a spy. Now, this lady is not an ally. The wanted empress, she's not an ally. But the one we are most likely going to be sent to serve, the Lady of the Emperor, she could be an ally. So that could be something. And then we would be able to work together. Definitely going to be very interesting. Are we going to see her again? The lady that hates the Emperor. Is she still on the same page after 8 years? Again, resentment after a long time can dissipate. And is she going to be able to work with Fatima together to potentially take revenge?